Me, 28M, with my wife 30F, of 3 years, got blackout silly and cheated on me. So background: my wife and I are from SoCal. She moved up to northern Idaho while she was a single mom. Her daughter's dad deleted himself, because of cost of living. We met in SoCal and started dating after she moved up to Idaho. We dated for a little over a year and have been married for almost 3. We have 2 kids: G, my 6-year-old little girl that I adopted after my wife and I got married, and L, my bio son I had with my wife who is almost 2. So I really don't like living up here too much. I have been here 3 years and haven't really had any luck making friends. I basically stay home and game with my friends from SoCal. I just started a new job a couple months ago and I haven't really made any friends at work yet either. The only people I interact with consistently are my kids and my wife. My wife has cheated on me 2 times before. The first time was sometime late spring, early summer. She went out with friends, got silly and made out with some random girl at the bar. The second time was a few months later where she went out with her friends and did the same thing. She got silly and made out with a random girl at a bar. Both times I forgave her, and was very hurt and upset. So, this time is more of the same except a bit worse because she went out with a friend and got blackout silly. According to her friend, she was driving, which is something I am super angry about, her friend back to her house, and in the car she was asking her friend to make out with her. She ended up being topless and making out with her friend while her friend protested. I am pretty disgusted and pissed off by this. Normally, I would just walk away from the marriage and be done, but the dilemma comes with my kids. I do not want to leave them. At the same time, I don't want to stay living in Idaho. I do not like it here. I want to go back to California and be with my friends and family. Especially after this. I just don't know what to do. Do I stay with my wife, forgive her again, and stay with my kids? Do I divorce her and live up here alone, try to make friends? Hasn't been really working for me these past 3 years, and probably go into a deep sadness? Do I leave her and move back to California where I have a support system but leave my kids, or should I try and fight for full custody, which I won't win cause her dad has money and would probably get a good lawyer for her while I don't have much money and wouldn't really be able to get a good lawyer? Too long didn't read. Wife cheated on me for a 3rd time in a year and I don't know what to do.
Hey guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. It would really help me out, thanks.
If she's driving silly, she's very likely not the parent who deserves full custody. I know nothing about divorce law in Idaho, but talk with a lawyer about your options. Rarely is a case here so clear-cut. You divorce her. She cheated 3 times this year, so far. And that's just the times that you know of. Go to California. If you feel you'd miss them, take whatever kids you can salvage legally. Staying is not an option. It's breaking you already, and will break you utterly into a hollow, miserable husk of a human. My best friend, 31F, is in a 6-year relationship and I found her boyfriend, 35M, listed as single on a dating website. Do I tell her? They have 2 kids. This is really tough for me, so I'm turning to Reddit for advice. My best friend has been dating this guy for 6 years and they are not married but have 2 kids. I wasn't a huge fan of him before the first kid, but after the firstborn I set my feelings aside and stopped being against him. He wanted to stick around so I couldn't continue hating on him. Their first kid is now 4 years old and they recently had a second child. I don't ask her about their relationship much since it doesn't seem great, but she's still with him since it's the easier option. She works a ton and he's able to watch the kids during the day. He also seems like a great dad. The kids love him and that's huge for her. I don't know the boyfriend too well. We don't have much in common. We aren't connected on social media, but I know that he's pretty big into it. The weird thing is the 2 of them aren't connected either, or not on every site at least. Back when I didn't like him, I tried looking him on different social media places and I found him. Most things are locked so I couldn't really get too much detail. Over the years, if I thought about it, I'd see if anything came up and I never found anything that caught my attention. The other day, I was bored and checked on it and, again found nothing, but then some other clicks later I stumbled upon his profile that he created for a dating website. He had written up a short bio of his interests, his contact info, and said he was single. There isn't a date for when he created the account, but there is a timestamp for when he last accessed it, which is less than a year ago. By the way, this is 1 month after his new baby was born. I'm not sure what to do with this information. My gut feeling is to tell her, because I don't know that I can feel honest about our friendship if I don't. But is that being selfish of me? I don't want to get involved in her relationship, but am I supposed to just let her figure it out? Cause what if she doesn't and then they get married or have more kids? She is very much about giving her kids the best environment and wants him around for them if he wants to be. I know she loves him, and maybe she's still in love with him, I don't know. I think this will crush her. And I mean I'd basically F up her life by telling her this, so maybe it'll cost our friendship too. Obviously, I don't want that, but I want to do what's right by her. She doesn't think or want to raise these kids on her own. But this guy does not deserve her as a partner. Do you think I should tell her, or should I let her make choices for her life? If I told her, I'm not sure that she would break up with him because of the kids. We talk about how in our parents' generation somehow they were able to toughen up and stick with these guys for the kids, and it seems harder in today's world. How do I tell her if you do think I should tell her? Too long, didn't read. My best friend is in a 6-year relationship and I found her boyfriend listed as single on a dating website. Do I tell her or keep it to myself? Edit, I should have added this earlier, but part of my concern is that she seems to go out of her way to not know what he's up to. She's seen things on his phone and email prior to the kids but now doesn't want to look into it. I'm not sure if her desire to not know the truth should come into play here. You're her best friend, so I suggest you to tell her first before she finds out from someone else. You should at least tell her and she will make her decision on her own. I've been in this situation before. My friend was with a guy for about 3 to 4 years and they had recently got engaged. Found him on OKC. Made a fake account, got info about when their next date was, and set up a date on the fake account for that time. 5 minutes later he called her to cancel and that's when I showed her everything, screenshots, and I got him on Skype, so there was definitive proof / no question about it. She broke up with him and ended up finding someone way better, who wasn't a sleazy cheater. There wasn't kids involved, but I feel like even so she should at least have a right to know. My friend might still be engaged / married to the guy if I hadn't at least told her about it. She had no idea. I, 23M, just found out that she, 27F, of 4 years has been cheating on me and her reasons are cultish. Throw away, we have been together for 4 years. We had an amazing relationship. We talked about house layouts, kids' names, pets and our future after I graduated. In the beginning she was very worried that I would cheat on her. Her last boyfriend did many times and I understood that. After a while she got over it, she trusted me and I her. We had our problems and we worked through them. I can firmly say that we were deeply in love. But since September she was very distant. She talked about her and her plans on the future instead of we or us like she used to do for years. I talked about this with her and she said that she was trying to find herself and looking more into the essence of the soul and the happiness she could find with herself. For the past few weeks she has been talking to another guy that I knew was getting too involved too fast. Texting all the time, and massive walls of text she typed on her email as I passed by her computer. All the times I brought this up she would tell me the old we are just friends and that jazz and talking more about this finding herself. Last night I told her again that this relationship with this guy is really bothering me. And then she dropped this bomb on me. She starts to tell me that she loves him but not in the way she loves me. She states that now she believes that loving other people romantically is okay to her. That she holds hands and cuddles with him out in public because her beliefs now are okay with that. I asked her if she did anything other than hold hand with this guy and she tells me no. When she left for work this morning I, ashamedly, looked at her emails. I found picture videos and walls of text to this man about her new beliefs and how everyone should just love each other. She wants to be a polygamist and have multiple people that she loves, love her back. She talked about leaving work early and not telling me. Then telling me lies and where to meet him after work. This blew my mind, not because the hundreds of lies she told me but the complete 180 she has become since a few months ago. This is not the same person, but some part of me thinks I am the one not getting the message, as she talks as if the words of God told her to do this. I love her more than I could love anyone, and now I have a Stranger's Things boxed up in my living room, waiting for her to get home. She has zero understanding now on how these things are affecting me. She thinks that because this is what her soul believes, then there is no wrong. What is happening to my life right now? Too long, didn't read, girlfriend is a completely different person from a few months ago. Lies stacked on lies and her complete non-understanding it's having on me. You're doing the right thing. The girl you love is gone. I don't know what the duck has replaced her, but whatever it is needs to be out of your life. The fact is she wanted to cheat on you with this guy. So, she internally rationalized that the way to do it is to suddenly have this epiphany that it is okay for her to duck multiple people because she still loves you and just wants romance from them. She can't just admit that she wants to cheat and not lose you, so she invents a belief system to help her cope with the fact that her desires and reality don't match up. A person who will totally rearrange their mind that way in order to justify doing poopy things is not someone who should be part of your life for any reason. The good news is that you are young and have lots of opportunities to find someone whose beliefs are compatible with yours. Once she leaves, it is important to go no contact with her. She sounds very good at manipulating, so you would no doubt hear about how she's changed again and her beliefs no longer support her poly dreams. This will be bull poop, because there never were beliefs, all there was a poopy excuse she invented to cheat on you. You can and will do better than her. Now I have a Stranger's Things boxed up in my living room. Good for you, and you hit the nail on the head. You no longer know this person. Not only that, the person she has become is not worth getting to know. What is happening to my life right now? You're dodging a huge bullet. You're doing the right thing. You're showing her that you have enough self-respect that you won't tolerate being lied to / cheated on. The only thing I might do different is print up her emails / texts with this guy and have them laying on the ducking box so you don't even have to say anything to her.